Laborious Lovers. Today by
Lila Carif, Eloise Lobmeyer, and Fernando Pascual.
Sometimes we ask ourselves if doing a lab is a good idea. Is the time going to worth it? How I am going to manage the workload? A lab is going to be useful at the time to get a job? These questions and more are the ones that our laborious lovers who are already successfully working are going to answer.
Hello everyone, my name is Fernando Pascual and welcome to episode 6 of Laborious Lovers. In this episode we are going to meet Paula Izquierdo, a freshly graduated BBA/BIR student that conducted a slow fashion lab in 2020. Hello Paula, we heard that you are graduating this year. How are you feeling? How is it to finish IE?
Hi Fernando. Well, yeah, I honestly can't believe it still. I just handed in my thesis like a month ago and received my grades like 2 days ago. So it's a mixture of feelings: excited, overwhelmed, hyped, bittersweet. It's kind of flows. I guess I'm really looking forward to start working and entering the new, let's say, professional life. But at the same time, it's crazy how fast these 5 years have passed. And I'm convinced that I'll be very much missing university days. So for your second question, I guess finishing IE is like closing one chapter of your life, right?
That's very interesting, Paula. So for the future, what are your plans?
So my plans for the near future is to start working in September. Most likely I will accept a job offer I haven't made in London. So I will move there and gain as much from this experience, both professionally and personally. And I really want to apply everything learned this year and become of great value for the company I will be joining. And well, as a side note, I also hope I get the opportunity to travel and to be able to live in more than one country before settling down in Spain.
Very, very nice, Paula. So you studied a dual degree of BBA/BIR, but you did the slow fashion lab. How would you say this is related to your degree?
Well, I honestly think that the slow fashion lab relates a lot to BBA/BIR because on the one hand, you have the BBA side where basically it's the business model of fashion brands and how they operate along their supply chains. So you gain that understanding of the need to transition from a take, make, and dispose linear model towards a more circular one. And on the IR side, you have all of the role of the multilateral organizations which are dealing with this issue and the whole concept of sustainability. So for instance, what policymakers are doing to incorporate sustainability into new regulations, what actions are organizations doing, so like the framework of the UN 2030 Sustainability Agenda or the EU's Green Deal or Circular Economy. So I guess they're very much interrelated, and I feel that there's a lot of synergies between both areas.
Well, as I can see, it does actually combine very well with BBA and BIR. What would you say that this lab has contributed to you? Why did you join it in the first place?
I guess I decided to join because I had always been interested in both the fashion industry and sustainability as independent topics. So this lab kind of provided the perfect combination of both. I would be able to really become knowledgeable about sustainability and what it means, given the fact that today it's a concept heavily misinterpreted because of the greenwashing campaigns. And moreover, this lab allowed me to not only attend lectures from experts in the field, but also to have a hands-on experience on a project working for an actual fashion brand. So it was kind of an internship, but backed up with lectures and classes from experts. And well, I also joined because I knew I wanted to do my final thesis on a related topic, and I thought this lab would provide me with the necessary ground base on which to build it on, as well as space to discover new fields.
That actually makes a lot of sense. And with COVID, how would you say it was overall, like to interact with your mates and to achieve the tasks you were assigned? How was all this affected by COVID?
So I guess we have to acknowledge that there were definitely added complexities from conducting the lab during a huge period of uncertainty and instability, but I can say it was overall very good. I remember actually that the slow fashion lab almost did not come through, but I really pushed it to continue. We started off around like 15 or 20 students and ended up being like 4. But honestly, I personally believe this benefited the lab in the sense that we became closer to each other, we built a great team, and we were constantly helping and supporting each other. So if I compare it to my first lab, which I did in the first year of college and which was face-to-face without COVID, I can say it was definitely very different because obviously there was much more interaction. But having said this, in my second experience during COVID, it was also very good because we managed to get along very well. Particularly my partner and I, which were working for the same brand, we FaceTime or called every day to organize the meetings, to complete the task, to conduct the final presentation. So all of this really allowed us to achieve our assignments and to develop the strategy that would be later on presented to the brand. So overall, COVID was a barrier at the beginning, but later on actually reinforced our relationship.
So, as you've mentioned, you made very close relationships with your teammates. Is there any special moment that you can highlight of your time during the lab?
Well, I would say that my partner and I will agree that one of the most special moments for me, and for her, was the final presentation we pitched at the end of June to the board. So basically it was the 2 CEOs, the director of digital marketing, and the Slow Lab directors. And actually we received very positive feedback based on all the creativity, all the work, and all the innovation that had been devoted into the project. And most importantly, and what I highlight as a special memory, let's say, was the fact that they were actually implementing our recommendations. So we saw that our work was being placed in actual practice, and I was also very positively surprised to be offered the opportunity to continue the project as part of an internship. That would be for sure one of the most special moments from the Slow Fashion Lab for me.
And did you meet any new people during this lab that have benefited you in any way? And if so, do you still keep in touch with any of these people?
Okay, so I can say I definitely met a lot of people during the lab with whom I actually continue being in touch. So to start, I still talk to both professors, and I'm actually working for one of them right now in a research project for an official report. And lastly, I would also consider that I was very close with one of the brands which came to present their business and project. So I do keep contact with one of them, and we've had several calls and follow each other in social media and LinkedIn and these things. So definitely it has benefited me and has allowed me to expand my network of contacts in the field.
And Paula, for future students, would you recommend doing a lab?
Personally, I would definitely recommend doing the lab, particularly if you're in first, second, or third year of uni. It's a great opportunity to not only expand your network of contacts, but to gain knowledge in a more specific area that really interests you, which you might not cover with the normal curriculum from your degree. So definitely.
Thank you for answering our questions, Paula. Now we are going to test your IE knowledge. Let's see how well you know IE University. Let's roll the roulette.
Let's go.
First question. Which of the following have been clients of the IEU labs? Option 1. Deutsche Bank, Teatro Real, La Caixa, UNICEF. Option 2. IBM, Heineken, Repsol. Option 3. All of them.
I would say all of them.
And you are right. The correct answer is option 3, of course, all of them. Among many others, in the IU labs, there's a big client portfolio that goes from multinationals to small business owners, and the students help them in things like promotion, business development, strategy, etc. Now we have an easy question coming. How many nationalities are represented in IE? Option 1, 112. Option 2, 96. Option 3, more than 130.
I think I'm gonna go for more than 130.
Yes, Paula, you are correct again. More than 130 nationalities are represented every year at IE. Taught by more than 500 professors and more than 800 practitioners, there are already more than 60,000 alumni holding management positions in over 165 countries. Okay, well, I'm afraid we don't have time for any more questions, but I don't want to say goodbye without asking you for some tips and recommendations for people who want to join IU University and the IU Labs.
So my tips and recs for people joining IE University would be to make the most of it. There are a lot of cool things, projects, and events that most people don't know about, but that offer great opportunities to meet people and to build up your professional path. So become involved in this. My second advice will be to be constant. In IE, the evaluation is continuous throughout the whole year, and I think you learn and succeed more if you had a constant and attempt to be up to date with your assignments and subjects. Third, I would say to open up to new people. I think that IE offers a great diversity in terms of students compared to other unis. So rather than grouping with people you already know or from your city or country, get to know new people with different backgrounds, cultures. I feel that such an experience and exchange can be mutually enriching and would definitely add value to your IE experience. And lastly, regarding IU Labs, give your 100% and make the most of it. Be super proactive and show your willingness to do stuff. Don't just lay back and expect people to tell you what to do, because it doesn't really work like that. And you need to show that self-initiative. And if you do so, you can get a lot out of it. So yeah, go for it. And I encourage all of you.
Thank you again, Paula, for all your tips and recommendations. So, as you know, music is a soundtrack of life. And because of this, we decided to end this episode by asking you about a song that brings back memories from your time at IE. Your choice was A Part of Us by Yael Naim.
Hey, here we are. You will always be a part of us. Now here we stand, standing far. You will always be a part of us. You will always be a part of us. You will try, you will fall, fly high, you will grow. I will be the sky, be back to your heart, be back to your home. Yes,
Could you tell us a little bit why you chose this song?
Honestly, I think that this song makes me remember the trajectory or the path that university has represented for me. It makes me think of all the good moments. At the end of the day, I will be very much missing once I quit this chapter, let's say, and start my new life. So I feel that song really captures my experience at IE.
Thank you, Paula, for your time. It was really a pleasure. And on behalf of all the Laborious Labbers team, we wish you much luck in the future. Goodbye.
Thank you so much.
I will be the sky.